I'd like to call the East Greenbush Central School District Board of Education meeting for June 24th, 2026 to order. For now, we're all present except for Sam, Jesse, and Mike. Can we rise for the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and we need to go into executive session to discuss collective bargaining agreements and other employee contracts. Can I get a motion? Robert, second. Rob, all those in favor? Okay. We've already done the pledge, but we now have Mike and Jesse is still not here, right? No. Okay. Well, I thought he said that he wasn't going to be here for
He was
executive.
tentative. There was an email that popped up right when I walked in.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that one.
But I don't know if he's gonna make it.
Okay. So moving on to approval of the draft minutes for the meeting from June 10th. Any questions or comments about that one? Okay, motion to approve. Cindy, second. Mike, all those in favor?
I had abstained.
Oh,
I was
yes.
out. I abstained.
And
Okay.
yes, so and abstain and
Okay.
Several.
But still enough.
okay, public forum. Residents, students, employees, and business representatives of the East Greenbush Central School District may address the board on matters concerning programs and/or operations of the district, other than matters involving personnel. Members of the board do not directly respond to citizen concerns during the public forum. If a response is appropriate, either the president or superintendent will contact the individual in the near future. Those persons wishing to address the board will be recognized by the chair of the meeting and should state for the record their name and address or affiliation with the district or business. While the board does not wish to infringe upon free speech protections, it must be stressed that the visitors forum is not deemed to be an open forum. The board president will conduct the forum for the orderly and efficient operation of board businesses. In addition, any remarks which may be considered defamatory or stigmatizing are prohibited and will be declared out of order. All comments shall be limited to 5 minutes. And Dan?
Talk later.
Hi, everybody. Dan Wagner, president of the EGTA. I just wanted to thank the board for a great year, for your support. This was a budget that held together many of our positions, and we're very, very appreciative of that. And we recognize that. We really want to thank you for a thoughtful budget season and a budget that was voted on that proved that our community wants to invest in our school district and cares about this district. I want to thank Lisa, Dr. Coates, Marty, Jen. We had a really great year working together. We're number one again, Times Union. Dr. Coates, it's been great working with you. A real pleasure. First year under our belts. We really, really have a great relationship. We want to continue that with central administration, Lisa as well. We're really happy to see a former EGTA as our assistant superintendent. And Marty, you're always a blast. So stick around as long as you want, Marty. Will, you ready to do this again next year?
As long as Lisa lets me.
So thank you to everybody. And Mike, we wanted to say that we recognize your years of service on the board and all the work you put into the district. So thank you for your years of service. All right. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, moving on to the first board forum.
Good.
I wish I had enough time to do all the end of the year events, but the ones that I've done, the 5th grade graduation this morning, they've been lovely, and we appreciate all the hard work that to make those moments special for the students.
Yeah, just a couple things. Thanks, Mike. Just first, thank you for putting aside everything you've done for the district. It's been a great year. You've been really helpful, very thoughtful, and just calm and collected whenever I think it's been great. Every time I've asked questions, you've been willing to answer them and not think that I'm being a total, putz. So I appreciate all that you put in. So thank you for that. I also just want to say thank you to the teachers and everybody. I think it was a great year. From our perspective, everything I think went really well. I want to thank the administration as well for welcoming the new board members, and it was, good job done. I'm happy to be a part of it too.
And it has been a busy end of year. We still have a few things left. We have a 8th grade elevation tomorrow night. We have our high school graduation this weekend. We've had the moving ups, the pre-K elevations. And I know that this is exhausting. I know as a parent, it is exhausting. And I am sure for our administrators and for our teachers, this is overwhelming. So I do hope that after we get through this weekend that you can all rest.
Okay, moving on to administrative committee reports.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We had a athletic code of conduct committee meeting earlier this week. One of the things that we were looking critically at is right now we wanted to look for ways to be able to support our student athletes to ensure that when they were struggling academically, that there was resources within the code of conduct that would allow us to ensure that first and foremost, they were focused on their academics, but also still had the ability to continue to participate in interscholastic athletics. So with the leadership of Mr. Jones, and I'm going to be inviting him to a subsequent meeting once we have the draft ready to go, we're going to propose a 2-tiered system for revision to our athletic code of conduct. The first tier basically says that if they are failing 2 or more classes, that it is incumbent upon the student to seek the assistance that they need to get. We are going to develop a sign-off form in doing so that they can demonstrate to their coach or to their advisor that they are getting that assistance. We're going to call that tier 1 intervention, if you will. And they have to do so until they continue to get their grade back up to passing again. During that time, they will still be allowed to participate in the sport or activity that they are looking to engage in, but they'll be simultaneously getting the academic assistance that they need. The tier 2 is basically, if they don't do what we're asking them to do, then they need to be held more accountable. And they need to revisit tier 1, if you will. Tier 2 would prohibit them from being able to participate. It would stop them from being able to participate until they went back and got the extra assistance from their teacher, from their tutor, whatever was most appropriate for them. We're working on a draft to get to the board for review and adoption, but I wanted to give an update on what that would look like. Glad to answer any questions, clarify anything that we talked about during our last meeting, but I did want to give an update on the meeting that we did hold this week.
How are we defining, for the tier 1 intervention, maybe you haven't, we're saying they must seek assistance. Are we defining what that looks like, how much time that is, how frequently
We're going to leave that as appropriate with the teacher, because it may simply have been a student didn't complete an assignment. They didn't finish a research project. And I don't want to bind them to, you must go for 30 minutes after school, because what if the teacher doesn't have the ability to stay? What if the teacher can give them 20 minutes on their lunch period? We want the teacher, and really we're making it incumbent upon the student athlete to seek that assistance, because in reality, if they're not doing the work, they need to be able to go and get the help that they need. So did we totally box and define that it must be 30 minutes before school, after school? No, we didn't do that. What we tried to spell out is seek out what's appropriate and engage with your teachers. And I do believe that our teachers holistically will help children. They want them to have opportunity. They want them to be able to engage. But at the same time, they also want to make sure that they succeed in their academics first and foremost.
And then at what, we're saying if they're not doing what they need to do, they go to tier 2. How, is there a length of time for that?
Yeah, so we put in benchmarks we will be putting in benchmarks both at the progress report and at the report card, that the coaches will know. It's incumbent upon the student. Listen, they can all get it right on these every day. Here, coach, here are my grades, and the coach can check. So it'll be incumbent upon the coach, Mr. Jones feels strongly that they'll be able to carve out time with their coaches and assistant coaches to be able to do that review at those interviews. Now, If they fall into tier 1, then the coaches will need to make sure methodically that they're going back to see that the students are getting the updates from their teachers that they need to. But again, we asked Mr. Jones specifically, will the coaching staff stand behind this? And he feels confident that they will.
I know when I was teaching 15, 20 years ago, we had something for all our athletes. We called it football study hall. I don't know why it was only named for football, because it was for all of them. But actually, if they had any grades below a C, they had to either go to that study hall for 30 minutes after school or see a teacher until the teacher signed off saying the grade had come above a C.
Yep.
And it was they hated being in football study hall. It was apparently the worst 30 minutes of their day. And those grades shot right up. So yeah, I guess it kicked into progress reports.
Yeah.
And until they got a sign off that their grades were up.
Yeah. And we're probably looking at a 2-week interval here for them to return back to their coaches again. And I think it is incumbent upon a good relationship between our faculty and our coaches. Not all of our coaches are teachers in the building, so that makes it a little bit more challenging. But again, from those around the table, I do believe that they will give support behind this. The reality is we want our students engaged. When they're in sports, when they're in activities, they're more likely to be successful in the class. But when things aren't going quite right, we need the students to step up and seek the help that they need.
So if they're not, if they're not passing, so this is based on their progress reports at 5 weeks and the 10-week marking period.
Yep.
And if the coaches are not within the district,
Yep.
would they receive failing lists for kids who are on there? How,
No.
or it's up to the
So-
student to initiate
So
this?
at those intervals, and I did ask Mr. Jones this specifically, you're going to be able to manage this with the coaches, especially in large seasons. And he believes that that he'll be able to follow up with the coaches to say, it's 5-week mark. Did you check with your student athletes?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And if the students don't present, they kick themselves into tier 2.
And I appreciate you using the MTSS model of language.
I'm doing a lot of studying.
It's when you say non-participating, is that just games or games and practices?
I don't know that we got into that level of
Yeah.
discussion. I'm going to say primarily probably contests, but I'll have to look back in my notes whether we got to that level of discussion or not. So again, we'll be bringing a draft forward to the board for review, but I just wanted to give you an update on that meeting for this week. It is my pleasure tonight to introduce 2 of our newest staff members that will be joining us after a very long and extensive interview process for both our Director of Data and Technology, as the retirement of Mr. Goodwin is coming, and for the elevation of Mr. O'Malley to become our new principal at Green Meadow. We're also hiring an assistant principal at Goff Middle School. So I'm going to start with our Director of Technology, Mr. Crandy, if you don't mind coming forward. So Mr. Crandy will be starting with us on August 3rd as our new Director of Data and Technology. Mr. Crandy is going to be coming to us from the Mohonasen Central School District and is currently serving in a split role as an assistant principal and Director of Instructional Technology. I'm just going to ask him in the Cliff Notes version, introduce yourself to the board and those present and those that may watch the video after. If you don't mind just giving us a quick update on who you are and the professional background that you will be bringing to us.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. My name is Steve Carandi. I am going, with your permission, be appointed as the Director of Data and Technology here at East Greenbush School District. I come to you from, like Dr. Coates said, from Mohonasen, where I am a high school assistant principal and administrator for instructional technology. At Mohonasen, I've helped lead our artificial intelligence initiative, our EDLA 2D processes, as well as other instructional technology strategies with different strategies such as blended learning and looking at visible learning as well with John Hattie's work with how that applies with instructional technology. Before that, I was a assistant principal at the William H. Barton Intermediate School at Queensbury, as well as a special education teacher at Queensbury, where I served as a member of our district technology committee and building technology committees. I am also a father of now 3, and I look forward to being a part of the East Greenbush school community, and it's an honor to be here tonight.
Welcome. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
Great. And additionally, as I had shared, we are also being asking the board to appoint our new assistant principal for Goth Middle School, Mr. Grant, if you don't mind coming forward. So Mr. Graney will be joining us from the Bethlehem Central School District, but also formerly as a principal in Salem School District. And I'll ask you also to just update the board and those watching who you are, your professional background.
Yeah, hi. So I'm Sean Graney. Yes, I am coming from Bethlehem Central High School. I've been an assistant principal there for 2 years. I'm in charge of grades, half of grade 11 and all of grade 12. Yes. Yes, I'm in charge of getting our seniors across that stage. So it's a busy time of the year right now for sure. Prior to that, I was a 7 through 12 principal at Salem. I was a social studies teacher at Corinth Central School District, and I actually started my teaching career not far from here at Vanderheiden. So that was my first teaching job. Outside of here, yeah, I spend a lot of time with my 2 little kids. My dogs, I mentioned them before. I'm extremely excited to come to East Greenbush. I've had many people from Bethlehem that I know have said tremendous things about this district, whether they've worked here before or they're a parent. Everything has been really positive, and I'm just really happy to be here tonight. Thank you.
Great. So I'll have to warn you, Mr. Graney, Mr. McHugh's a good guy, but he needs a lot of help in the morning. So you'll have to prop him up every day. So welcome to you both. We're very glad to have you both join our leadership team, and very confident that you'll bring great things to our school district. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Mahar here in a minute for a hiring update. This will be the last regular board meeting before the end of the school year. And as we know, we've had many retirements, resignations. And as we get ready to go into the summer, I just wanted Mr. Mahar to provide an update to the board on exactly where that stands. So Mr. Mahar, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Dr. Coates. And we're in a very good place, and I'm very pleased to give this report. And we've done a lot in the last about month and a half. This report is everything that we've done since May 6th, the last report. So if you take a look at the staffing report I passed out, as you can see, and we've been introduced to our 2 new administrators. We have been very busy filling a lot of our elementary positions, and we're pretty short up as well at the high school. In addition, I've worked closely with Mr. McHugh and the middle school staff, and we overcame 4 special ed hirings in 1 week, which was an amazing feat. So I'm feeling really good about where we're at. And as you can see from this report, that we have several final interviews still scheduled. I have some scheduled even next week, and we should be wrapping up within a few weeks with just about everything. There's a few incidental things hanging out there, but we are in a very good spot. And I do want to point out that we do also have a very good shining star sitting out there in the audience today that's going to be recognized. And that's our new school counselor at Columbia, Nicole. Hello, Nicole. You can wave. You don't have to be nervous. I won't make you come up and speak to everybody like the other 2, unless you want to. Nicole comes to us with a decade's worth of experience, and we're very happy to have her on board. We're expecting some great things, which I'm sure you will deliver. So it's very nice to see you in the audience tonight. So hang tight, because the consent agenda is coming up for approval. Okay. If I can at this point answer any questions that's on this report, I'm happy to do so.
It was a great job by the team and the administrators and those involved with committee meetings. Great job filling those vacancies, especially some really hard to fill ones. So congratulations to those who are being appointed.
So, thank you. Okay, that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Mahar. We'll finish up our committee reports for tonight.
All right. Okay, moving on. No discussion items tonight. Moving on to regular business. Appointment of Howard L. Goff Middle School interim principal. Any comments or questions on that one?
Is that McHugh?
How many years until we have to lose the interim label?
Thank you, Jim.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I was hired at the age of 22. It's the only place I've worked my entire career. And I'm not 22 anymore.
Can I get a motion to approve? RP, second. Mike, all those in favor? Okay, resolution to approve EGTA MOA. Okay, any comments or questions? Okay, motion to approve. Rob, second. Robert, all those in favor? Okay, Columbia High School gym and floor refinishing. Any comments or questions on that one? Okay, motion to approve. RP, second. Rob, all those in favor? Okay, moving on to the second reading of the policies.
Okay. So last week, some recommendations had been given for some updates to these policies. We have uploaded everything in here with the revisions that the board had asked for. This is a second read. Obviously, there's still one more opportunity to make revisions before adoption. Because some board members were not able to join last week, we decided to push adoption to the first meeting in July. So at this point, without going one by one again, if there's anything still that the board would like to see updated, we can take note of it, revise it, and then have it on for adoption at our next meeting.
Has our new director seen the AI policy and commented on it?
I've not been able to share it with Steve yet. No.
Maybe a recommendation would be to hold
Sure.
one more meeting and let him get a chance to look at it and
I'll have him take.
provide feedback if that's possible. And then the
Okay.
board can probably vote on it
I gotta get
in July.
Yep.
What's that?
each
I Yeah, there you go. You look at me. and-
email.
Oh, that-
You're right, the same. I'm like, I gotta get your
Oh,
email.
there.
I did have, I left my notes in my office.
Okay.
So can I don't know if it needs to be public or not. I can email you. I had some questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Just to remind me again, policies, we change. Regulations, we could give you something, but those are living document that you constantly change.
So regulation is intended to take a policy, allow for administrative interpretation on how to implement that policy,
Yeah.
and can be a more fluid process.
Okay.
A policy always needs to come back to board for any changes for approval.
Okay, thank you.
I had mentioned in the email about the school counselor, it's in, the visitor policy number 5.
Yep.
So
We
they
can,
refer to them as guidance counselors, and in the program review, they had asked that
You're
we
right.
get in
Thank you.
this century
Thank you
and call
for
them school
pointing it out.
counselors.
Yes.
yeah, we can make that change. Okay. So we will make sure that it gets to Mr. Carandi for any recommendations that you'd like to see in it. And then I can forward those to the board before the next meeting. And if there's any concerns, that one can wait till August. If not, we'll have them on for adoption at the next meeting.
Sounds good.
All right, very good.
Moving right along. No tabled motions. No old business. Consent agenda. Any comments or questions?
Is this going to include the addendum?
That's under number 11.
Do you want to include the addendums under the consent? or
Oh,
do you
under the
want- that's my-
consent.
my
I would
question.
I think the employment agreements are
Separate.
separate.
Okay.
Okay, so, motion to approve. RP, second. Rob, all those in favor? Okay. And the addendum, so there's just one here right now. Are we waiting?
No, they're all there. If you refresh it. They're there.
Yeah, I lost it. There they are. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, moving into the addendums. First up, agreement with Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. Any comments or questions? Motion to approve. Kathy, second. RP, all those in favor? Okay, agreement with Director of Business and Finance. Mike, second. Cindy, all those in favor? Okay. Memorandum of Agreement with GOTSA. I'm assuming no comments or questions. Rob or RP? Rob, all those in favor? Memorandum of Agreement with SRP. Comments, questions? Motion to approve. Cindy, second. Robert, all those in favor? And last but not least, memorandum of understanding with EGCSD confidential employees. Motion to approve. RP, second. Rob, all those in favor? Okay, no new business. Second public forum, anyone? No? Okay, moving into the second board.
Yeah, I just wanted to second, Mike, it was a pleasure working with you. Your institutional knowledge is invaluable, especially for all of us newly getting started. We'll miss that from you. Good luck to, good luck with it. And again, thanks for the administration and Jersey. It was a great year. So thanks for all you do.
Yeah, likewise, I want to say thank you so much, Mike. Every time you speak, I learn something. Just yeah, you have brought so much institutional knowledge and memory to this. You've really been a good mentor, I think, for all of us, particularly in the first year class. I appreciate the way you've talked about how your view of the district has changed over the years because of the different roles you've taken on, and I've gotten a much better sense of the breadth of our district and the concerns of our many constituencies because of it. And also because of you. 6 months into my first term, I finally learned that our East Greenbush laptops have touchscreens. That's not the mouse pad. Yeah. Thank you again for everything. And for your years of service, I mean, to have served during COVID, which I can't imagine what a difficult time that was, and then to continue serving afterwards. So thank you so much. My own children are in the district that has benefited from the leadership that you and the board had provided. So thank you.
Appreciate it. I do have some remarks. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
You do it now. And I'm not very good off the cuff speaker, so I don't like to write things down. I would like to begin by thanking my former board colleagues who, like Rob mentioned, I learned a lot from when I first began as a board member many years ago. Shay Harrison was on that board, Mark Mann, John Dunn, Joanne Taylor, Kathleen Curtin, Karen Curran, all really experienced board members, great board to be with, who really helped me as a new board member, and then later had the confidence to elect me as a board president, which, I was really humbled by that, and just a great group of people. Also fortunate to be part of a selection process of two excellent school leaders. First, Jeff Simons, who led the district for 9 years, and now Curtis. We're in great hands with you as a school leader. And I think that, one of the most important parts of being on the board is building that superintendent and board relationship so they continue to work on accomplishing the goals of the district. I think, having that longevity has helped me to build those relationships. And I hope the folks here understand that when you commit to a board service, it means investing your time, your family's time, and making sure you understand what's happening with the district so it can be the best you can be for our kids. We take on a responsibility of making decisions that impact the entire school community, both in the short term and the long term. So it's important that you understand the issues, as you mentioned earlier. Ask the right questions, be open to different viewpoints, and move forward as a team, keeping the students' needs at the forefront. As I reflect on the things I've been involved with as part of the board, I think it comes down to working together to build a positive, student-focused school community that has tried to provide as many programs and opportunity so that our students could find success in school and hopefully prepare them for the next step after they graduate. I hope that my work as part of the Board of Education has been helpful in supporting our school district. It's been an honor to serve for the last 12 years. I also want to thank all of our teachers, our support staff and administration, all that you do on a daily basis for our students and families. You are what makes this district work and be the best it can be. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And again, like I said, it's been an honor to be here and provide the support as best I can for everyone here. So thank you.
I'm going last, so.
I guess I know she's not here, but I'd like to take a second to thank Holly. She's been kind of a mentor for me this past year, and fulfilling her role as ex officio has made me learn a lot about my role, my potential role next year. And I'm really thankful for her guidance on, at board meetings and for some projects and for just learning a lot about, even she's given me guidance on what senior year of high school is like. So she's been a great role model and a great mentor, and I'll miss working with her next year. So all the best to her in the future.
Thanks.
I want to say having students on the board has been amazing. Such a changing experience for us to hear from your perspective. So we appreciate all the hard work you do and what Holly brought. She's very candid, very open, and she was a great addition. I wouldn't be on the board, Mike, if it wasn't our time together at Questar and helping me pave the way and give me the time, but also guide me. It's going to take a lot of time. Make sure you have the time to balance. So I appreciate all the input and support. I was very eager to come to be a part of the board and give back and be an educator on the board. So I'm very glad for your guidance for that. And 12 years is a long time. This is a big commitment.
Yeah,
there's a lot of time that we put in. So we appreciate everything we've done.
Thanks, Cindy. Appreciate it.
I'm good now.
So I have a lot to say. I'm going to come back to you.
Okay.
So first, I do want to welcome Mr. Crandy and Mr. Graney. I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Crandy during the interview process, and I left saying that we all know how I feel about AI, that I rail from the rooftops that it's ruining the world. And after his interview, I said, you know what? After what he said, I might actually read something he wrote about it. So that for me is a really big step. And I'm thinking about reading your writing on AI. So thank you. I'm really excited to have you join our district. And Mr. Graney, I think middle school is something that it's kind of like a middle child, right? You know, I taught high school and I would always say, you can never pay me enough. I'm so happy there are people who have your passion for it. And I'm really excited to see what you bring to our middle schoolers. I watch my youngest is elevating out of Goff tomorrow night. And so I'm sad that they won't be there with you, but Goff is a wonderful middle school. It's so much better and different than I remember middle school being. And I am so glad that you're coming in because I know it's going to be even better. So thank you so much. And then also I'm sad Holly isn't here. It has been wonderful having, like Cindy said, students on this board. And we are going to miss her terribly. But William, we're very much looking forward to you sliding 12 inches over next year. But I also the board wanted to recognize someone else's service. So Peter, you have been here with us for many late nights with the technology, and I know that you are going to probably not miss the 10. The board just want to give you this. And then, Mike, thank you for everything. I have spoken with you as an upset and frustrated parent and as a colleague on the board, and you have always impressed me with your professionalism, with your just ability to make me feel heard. And I think that is really the most important thing that we can do for our community. Even when I didn't get the answer I wanted, I knew you had heard me. And I always felt respected and appreciated for that. And that, I think you have many wonderful qualities, but that is the one I really want to highlight because I think it is truly special. Your institutional knowledge, your history, your willingness to help and give advice is something that we are going to miss. And we hope you'll still give advice. And we hope that you are enjoying your time on the golf course and all your other parts of retirement. We did also put something together for you that I would like to give you. So we do have something for you.
So much.
Thank
you. Yes.
So, when you make a decision to not only come to a new area, but to take leadership in a new district, one of the first things that you try to figure out as your board. You know, from the interview process, from the beginning, what are the dynamics? The interview process is hard because it's 4 or 5 meetings and then all of a sudden you're committed. But the one piece for me is I had some knowledge. I had family that went right here to East Greenbush, graduated from Columbia. So I had a little insider trading information, but still there was a lot to figure out. But focusing again on the board, you rely heavily on that guidance that can come. You rely heavily on knowing truly what the climate and the culture is of the district. And many times in your first year, they call it your honeymoon. And that can go to a detriment sometimes, that things shouldn't necessarily be sugar-coated. And as the new superintendent, one of the things that I really valued in the conversations that we were able to engage in was really the truth. And the vast majority of those things, the district's doing really well, but also to challenge the things that really needed improvement. And while we've made some incremental change this year, I know that there's a lot more to come. But I think probably the deepest takeaway from the year that we had together that I will appreciate about your leadership is when you look at how this district is doing, when you have people that have spent a large amount of time giving of themselves, volunteering, I think people have to remember that these are volunteer positions, that this district is a better place because of your leadership, that we as school leaders are able to balance our budget, to lead curriculum, to staff our buildings because we have support of people like you on the board. So we have a gift as your district leadership that we would like to give you to say thank you. On behalf of your district leadership team, thank you for everything you've done and best wishes. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
So the blessing and curse of going last is that everybody's said everything, almost everything that I wanted to say. Your commitment is amazing. I mean, you've been here, you've done so much. So I'm going to move more to the personal level. I can't thank you enough for all the advice that you've given me this year. I am really going to miss being able to turn to you. And hopefully I still can. If there's ever any advice that you can think of that you think might help me, please do not hesitate to shoot out that text or call or whatever. I'm always willing to listen. And I've greatly appreciated that you're always willing to help and listen and give advice and guidance. So thank you. You're going to be missed.
I've always felt that, when I transitioned from that role as board president to, there's always things happening. Kids move on, people change. And it's important that, as we recognized last meeting with our mentors, giving back to the people who are coming next, and so that they can do the thing that they need to do to support the school community. And I hope I've been able to do that, and we'll still continue to do that. I'd like to stay involved in, obviously, the capital project, as Jennifer's, I've reminded her many times, and that was near and dear to my heart as far as doing that for the school district, and be glad to support whenever I can, and as things go forward. And I'm still in East Greenbush. I still love the community, and I will be here.
And I will contact you with cookies again next year.
And I mean, I think I appreciate all the words. When you come into a role like this, sometimes you hear a lot of the negative, especially as you've seen as the board president and superintendent and things like that happen. And if you keep the kids in mind and staff in mind and what's best for them, you can get through it and persevere. And I think that's a testament to a lot of the people who work here and volunteer here a lot. So thank you again for the gifts and the kind words. I'll treasure those. And I wish you all the best of luck. It's been a great run, and things got to change. So okay. So thank you again. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll adjourn the meeting if you want.
Yes.
To.
And I guess that's the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So motion to adjourn. Mike, second. RP. All those in favor?